this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and one of you who watched my previous video asked that I would go into a little bit more detail about the A5 Filofax that I have. Sorry, it's taken me quite a while to get to it. I just haven't had a lot of time, haven't taken a lot of time to do that, but I did want to share it with you. So I actually purchased the original A5 Filofax. Size-wise, let's go there first. It is about 7.5 inches wide by about 9 1/4 inches tall. This is a pretty big Filofax. I have a day planner that I plan a lot of my family. I keep my family calendar in there. I keep my freezer and food pantry list in there and those kind of things. It is very similar in size to this, and for those purposes it's very, very good. I would think that if you were someone that had a lot of appointments that you wanted to keep, or even had maybe an at-home office or something like this, this would probably also be a good size for you. It's not one that you can throw in your bag very easily. It's quite a bit larger than that, but for the purpose that I purchased this one, it's perfect for me. This is the patent leather color in the A5, and this is where I would probably say is my first con. Not that it's not gorgeous, it is. I love the color. I like the fact that the stitching on it coordinates color-wise to the Filofax. It's just a shade or two lighter, and so it is very pretty. I love that. I love the color. I don't like the patent, the shininess. And the reason I don't is because it picks up every little fingerprint. I mean, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but if you touch it, this one is just laden with fingerprints. That's the danger of patent leather. I believe that the original has a few of the colors come in the patent. So that's just something, if you like the color and you like the size and you like this planner, that's just something you're going to have to deal with. It does have the Filofax logo here, and these are, you know, your standard fasteners that's holding the rings into place. The back side of the fastener here. So if we open up our Filofax, it's got a nice snap closure. This one actually has the button on it that says Filofax the original, established in 1921. So you open that up and you've got a pretty decent amount of space in here, and I could add a lot more into this one if I chose to. Again, we come over to this side and we've got the embossed or the imprinted leather that talks about it being the original Filofax, kind of like their branding, and it talks about being made in the UK. This particular one has an elasticized pocket here. You could easily slip, this is probably a little bit too wide. You could easily slip something in here though if you maybe had a card. You know, over time elastic's going to stretch, so I would be real careful about what I put in there, but you could. You can also, it's got two little holders here. You could easily slip a credit card or whatever in there. I'm not sure that I love the security of that. I don't know. It is very thick leather. I would say, just kind of glancing at it, maybe even a 1/16 of an inch, and it's pretty stiff, so it's probably fine. It's just, well, first of all, it's not the purpose that I'm using it for, and second of all, I would be a little concerned about maybe losing it. I'm not sure what else you would use for that. It has one pin holder. I know that when I was deciding which to purchase, I saw some A5 sizes that had 2 pin holders, but the original only has the 1 pin holder and it's elasticized. This is a relatively small pin, and because this is just elastic, I chose to go ahead and use it. This one has some rough edges, and I was afraid that in my pocket Malden that this was going to rip, but this smaller size pin fits in there perfectly. Let's see if I have a larger pencil here. Because it's elastic, you can probably fit it in, but it's going to be pretty tight, and the more you shove and pull out something a little bit larger, of course the elastic's going to break down. So, but it's a nice little pin holder. Has this big pocket here. Right now I just have some stickers. They're masking stickers that I picked up from Cute Tape. and those just fit in there, and I just have those slid in there for what decorating I do. I don't spend a lot of time decorating my Filofax or any of my planners, simply because they're planners and I use them. I don't mind them being cute. I like cute things, but I have so many different projects going that a lot of times I don't spend a lot of time doing cute things with it. This is just a little credit card size card. It's not a credit card that I purchased. I have a hole punch that I punch holes in individually. I don't have the hole punch that's designed for the Filofax, so I have to be somewhat careful. I can't just print off a bunch of calendars and plan on punching them unless I plan on putting a lot of time. And to me, invariably, I will often get something crooked or something and it won't be in there straight. And so at this point, pretty much what I have in my Filofax are the things that I purchase that fit the holes. That may change in the future if I am ever able to purchase the bigger punch, or as the uses for this particular one expand or change, I may find that I need to go ahead and purchase that new punch. But for now, I don't do a lot that I need to. But I did put punch holes in this little plastic card, and I wrapped some washi tape around it so I can spend a couple minutes doodling and decorating if I wanted to. I have some stickers in here just for the same reason. This came with a plastic flyleaf, or dashboard, I guess is what it's officially called. I have it clipped to the front page just because I kind of like that front page being in there. It's just Filofaxy. I can't explain it any other way. But I just have it clipped there. I could take it off if I wanted to use the back side of the dashboard. Right now I just have a few little sticky notes that I picked up from Barnes & Noble. I picked up this little paper clip at my local scrapbooking store. And these are some magnetic bookmarks that I keep in there. I have used one of the clips in here within the book. I haven't used these as much in here as I have in some of my other journals and stuff, but they're there if I need them. Again, the original page is in there that just says it's the Filofax original, made in the UK, blah blah blah. So then we get into the actual planner. Now I purchased this new. I would like to mention, if you're purchasing a used Filofax, or even if you're purchasing it new, if you have the option, whether it's a Filofax or anything, look at the rings. I've noticed on the different Filofax sites that people that have been in this for a while usually show the pictures of the rings, which is a good idea. This one I purchased new, and when it arrived, the ring in here was a little bit open in the top. I really thought about sending it back because I know, as well as any of you do with 3-ring binders or whatever, that through time they can even get worse. In the meantime, things catch on them. I didn't want to send it back. I wanted to start using it, so I chose not to. But watch your rings. If any of you know or have any ideas on ways to tighten those rings a little bit, let me know. We thought we had it fixed. We took everything out and put it back in, and I really have not added much of anything in here beyond what it originally came with. It's not a matter of being too full in this particular instance, so if you know of some way that we can tighten that up, let me know. I would love to hear your tips. This is one of the papers that it came with, and we'll talk more about that later when I show you that. My particular one, being new, came with the 2013 and 2014 calendar. I honestly can't remember if it came with the whole year of 2013 or not. I threw away everything up to when I started using it because there was no need to have, I'm not going to back calendar things. I just wanted the current, what was going on now. I'm using this as primarily, the first part of it I'm using as my homeschool calendar. So you will see it's a week on 2 pages, which is perfect for me. It starts on Monday, which again, if you're a business person or for like what I'm using it for as a homeschool calendar, that's perfect. The rest of the world, probably because planners are most people do their to-do list during the week, so it's probably perfect. That's just the way planners run. Saturday and Sunday is divided into one column, And so just be aware, if you have a lot of stuff on Saturday and Sunday, you're probably going to have to figure out a way to work around that. But I think that's going to be pretty standard no matter what calendar you use, because most of the world runs on a Monday through Friday work week. The color coding in here actually does mean something on these pages for me. It means I just know, that way I don't have to write what subject is there. When I'm organizing my calendar, the first thing that I do, even though this isn't for work, I do put in here my work days. I usually plan 2 weeks worth of lesson plans at a time for my son. And this way I can know, okay, this is what he's going to be doing when I'm on work, and I can make sure that I have the things ready for him that he needs to do if I don't happen to be right there. And so this is just for me strictly. This is not something he sees. He has a computerized calendar that then I'll go in and input this in for him, so he has no excuse if something's not done, because he can see what exactly he's supposed to do. Then I can also jot down if there's an extra video I need to watch, if there's an extra quiz I need to have ready, if I need to pick up a few things at the store, I can put that all in here. And anything I need to purchase, all I have to do is jot it down either on a sticky note, or if I have my other planner right there, I just immediately put it in my other planner so that I can be sure I purchase those when I go grocery shopping. So that's just kind of the way that my week on 2 pages works. Again, I've got it color coded because I think it looks cute. That's about as well. I just don't do a lot of cute stuff on here, but it also it helps me at a glance when I'm planning to know what I need to do. So that, and like I said, I threw away the first part of the year. When we move on to the 2014, this is more what the calendar would look like when it came. This has these couple of extra gray thick pages. I've just got them stuck in there. A couple pages included with the calendar for you to jot down notes that I just stuck in there, and I've actually written some notes on. The 2014 calendar came. This is the front page. It looks very much like this. It just kind of explains that it's multi-language. It's a week on 2 pages. I don't know how many languages it's got there. I've never taken the time to count. And then I'm going to skip this first part because this is something extra that I purchased, and I'll come back to that. But then this has your 2014 or whatever your current year is. I'm sure they're probably all set up the same. Then you will, on the back side, it will have the previous year and the next year on the back side of that. Then we go into the religious festivals of the year 2014. On the back, notable dates, and this has everything from New Year's Day, then it has USA holidays, it's got UK holidays, it's got worldwide holidays, and so on and so forth there. Then it has weights and measures, nice conversion charts if you're someone who needs those, or just if you're curious and like to look up conversions. In my job, there are some conversions that I have to do all the time, so that's just kind of nice. I don't ever use this because the ones I know, I pretty much know off the top of my head, but it is nice if you're not familiar with those. The world in time measures the time. This is the average temperatures of the world. I guess if you're a world traveler, that's probably awesome. Not something I would use. Clothing size equivalents, which I found amusing because it's got, let's just say our sizes in the US are a little bit more liberal in women's sizes. For instance, a woman's size 8 in America is a size 38 in European. I don't know about you guys, but I like our numbers better. But it would be confusing if you weren't used to working with them. But I'd sure rather wear a size 8 than a 38. Now, this is something that I purchased extra. This is a horizontal year planner, and this is kind of nice. I purchased this directly from Filofax USA, and this I purchased, and I haven't filled it out yet, but this I purchased strictly for my school planning. This will help me be able to do the year and figure out when my quarters end, when my semester ends, when the school year ends, any special dates that I have, just so this is a year at a glance. You know, for instance, I know that my son in March will have a competition and those kind of things. He'll start rugby season, and it'll be kind of nice to add that in here, and I'll probably have that on multiple calendars because that keeps us hopping. But so this is just something that I purchased extra. I can't remember exactly what it cost. It was not super expensive, but neither was it free. I think I paid a few dollars for it, but it's perfect for what I have need of for the calendar. So then we go in, the same thing as the 2013 calendar, which you already saw, so I'm not going to go into details. I will show you that a calendar, as far as the week on 2 pages, when it comes, it's only about that thick. So you can get, there's quite a bit of real estate there. Plenty of room for me to write what I need to write. I don't need a daily calendar any more in depth than this, but it doesn't take up a ton of space in my planner either. So then the next thing that it came with is it came with 6 dividers. And with those dividers were some different pages. Now, it didn't come with a lot of extra pages. It just came with a few, but I'll show you what it came with. But again, it has this divider tabs 1 through 6. And again, this is the way the A5 original comes. Some of the others may come with different things, but this is the one that this one came with. So when I open it up, now I'm transitioning. This was my school for my son. Now I'm transitioning to my work side. I don't have a lot of extra responsibilities for work. Well, actually I do, but it's not a lot. Most of what I need to do at work, I do at work. As far as keeping a calendar for work, I really don't need to do that here. I'll show you one thing that I have done. For the most part, I need to know my work calendar, you know, in my A5 pocket. In my Pocket Malden. I keep my work calendar on that. I keep my work calendar on my iPhone. I keep my work calendar, actually I have my work calendar in multiple places because it's in the family planner as well, so that the kids, if they really needed to and I wasn't around, they could look into the family planner and see what days I work. But I need those in those places. This is strictly for the extra things that I need to do, extra projects maybe that I need to work on, maybe something my boss maybe would have asked me to do. And it's got some of those extra things. And so we'll go into that. The first thing that I have here is as a schedule. Now this, I know I just went into all that saying I don't need to keep my calendar in here, and then I pop open a calendar. This is actually a calendar. It's a 31-day cycling calendar that is the same year-round. Even, you know, obviously if it's a shorter month, then we just cut off whatever days we don't need. It's one of the extra duties that I do in the emergency room. And this way, the reason I keep this is it's already in my calendar to cycle in my iPhone. It's already set up to cycle for as long as I'm doing this particular job. It's already scheduled out. But this way, if, you know, say I'm on a backup call, BC means backup call. I'm on backup call every month from the 10th till the 15th. So I know when I look at that I'm on backup call. Now suppose I need to go on vacation or something. Well, then I'll just look and see, okay, who can I switch backup call weeks with? So that's why I keep this in here. I thought about folding it directly in half and punching it this way. I chose not to do that because I didn't want, to me it's confusing when you try to turn the page. Because the names aren't on there, so I just left it as is. But I just keep that in there, and it's just kind of tri-folded like that. The next thing that I've added, and this one I kind of had some fun with and decorated a little bit, this is my November schedule. Now again, strictly for informational purposes. If, you know, one of the kids is sick and I need to make a doctor's appointment and it's going to take me 2 or 3 days to get him in, and that happens to be a work day, then I can go, okay, this person's working that day, this person's not, maybe they'll switch me a day or something. So again, and it's just kind of, you know, I can glance and see who I'm supposed to be working with and those kind of things. Things that I wouldn't necessarily keep in my calendar that I need all the time. It's just a quick reference guide. And I've just stuck that in there. Then the next thing it did come with was a few to-do sheets. It came with 1, 2, 3, looks like 4, which isn't very many. Obviously, it's something that I will probably purchase more of in the future. And this one, because I don't have a lot, it's not like my daily to-do list in my normal calendar. For me, I just have everything that I know is coming up in November. I've got some extra stuff going on in November that I don't typically have. I have a meeting. When I made the appointment for the meeting for work, I scribbled it down on this little sticky note, and it's in my normal calendars now, but then I just move this in here to this page. Then I have, you know, the extra reports I need to do and those kind of things. My extra education. Nurses, believe it or not, nurses do a lot of continuing education, and I just need to check my education schedule. Christmas, again, we've moved into, obviously this is more like a normal month for me, and January is even more like a normal month, unless it's one that I have stroke reports to do. I really don't have a lot of stuff that I have to do outside of work, and even this can be done, generally all of this can be done inside of work, except for the extra project. There's an extra project I can do, and then Christmas gifts. So this is the to-do list that came in there. I've just kind of decorated a couple of them with washi tape. Moving on to section 2, and for me, this is just some extra paper. This is blank lined paper. I guess not blank paper, it's lined paper. It came in white, and then it did come in a few colors. It came with pink, green, and purple. There is more lined paper than there is in the to-do list. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 sheets, maybe as many as 30 or 40 sheets. For me, this is just going to be a place to write notes. You saw the meeting before. I can take this and scribble notes for the meetings, for different projects coming up, or for any meeting that we have at work, anything extra, I can have this to scribble down notes. So that's what that's for. It also comes with a few pieces of what I would call graph paper, or you could call it grid paper. I don't really have a specified use for this yet, but it's in there. It came with it. There's probably only 5 or 6 sheets. I actually like grid paper a lot. I'm sure I'll find some fun things to do with it, but right now I haven't specified. The other thing it comes with is it comes with a few sheets of just blank plain paper that can fit in there, that you can, I don't know, brainstorm or scribble or whatever you want to use it for. And then I've got plenty of room to add things. If I wanted to add contacts or whatever, I could add that in there. It didn't come really with anything to fill those up. In fact, my particular one didn't even come with a contact or address list. So the last thing that it did, well, a couple things that came with it, came with this zip pouch. It's like a plastic zip pouch, and it zips nicely, and that's in there. I just have some extra sticky notes that I've purchased along the way. Has another pocket in the back with this doodle pad that just slides in the back pocket here. So that is pretty much the A5 in the original as I received it. I've not added a lot of things to it. As I mentioned, there's just been a couple things that I've added besides my stickers and tapes and things, but I've not purchased a lot of extra to-do lists and things for this as of this time. So I hope that answers some questions. You can see kind of what I'm using mine for. If there's any details you want to see on the other ones that maybe you didn't see in my previous video, which I will put a link in the description of the previous video, then please just feel free to message me and I'll see what I can do. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.